Hey guys, so the thing I wanted to tell you about here is this. I am going to be doing this thing where I transfer some of the Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet into Pokemon Violet. So that my character in Pokemon Violet can use the Paradox ones that were from the Pokemon Scarlet game in the Pokemon Violet one. And then the ones in Pokemon Violet will be transferred to Pokemon Scarlet, so that the Iron Pokemon, the Iron Paradoxes, could be used in Pokemon Scarlet, and the non-Iron Paradox Pokemon could be used in Violet. So that's why I'm here now. Him. So let's get this started. As you can clearly see, I am trying to catch him. So that's why I'm over here trying to catch a level 56 Roaring Moon. Once I catch him, I already got a Sandy Shocks, I got Slitherwing and Screamtail, and a Great Tusk. So I got a Screamtail, a Great Tusk, a Slitherwing, and a Sandy Shocks. So now I need Roaring Moon and Fluttermane. And I don't want to strike that Pokemon a second time, because if I do it, there might be a chance it's going to land a instant critical hit, which could knock out the entire health bar of Roaring Moon. And I'll have to wait a while before I get another crack at him. So that's why I'm trying to catch him now, with his health at where it's at now, so I don't have to worry about hurting him further by either on purpose or on accident. So that's why I'm doing this. I don't want to risk it. I know I'm losing the battle, but I'm not going to risk hitting him again. Because you've seen on other YouTube channels that Pokemon are playing this, and the people that are playing this keep trying to catch the Pokemon, but it's like after 2 or 3 Pokeballs are thrown, and each time the Pokemon gets out, they do try to select another Pokeball that they could use, but they end up accidentally knocking out the entire health bar of the Pokemon they're trying to catch. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. See, look, I'll show you. This Roaring Moon will be staying right here because it's the high level. See, and there's not a Roaring Moon in these 3 boxes. It says I already caught one, but right now I don't even see where I've caught one. Oh, I see him. He's right here. The level 58 can stay, and the level 56 will be going. So these are the high levels. I got a level 65 here, so I could probably release the other one. Level 56. I think I'm going to keep that. So this is part of the plan. See, if I already have a Great Tusk, I'll just release the Great Tusk I have that I recently caught. So we got to check the Brute Bonnet because I don't know what level the Brute Bonnet that I caught is. I just randomly started catching Pokemon left and right, you guys. So the one I caught is a level 59. This one's a level 58. So this one can be released. And you see, that's why this is going to be... Let me show you. This group of Pokemon up here will be the ones that are staying in this game of Pokemon Scarlet. The ones on this section, and the last one which will be in this box, those will be transferred to Pokemon Violet. I'm going to do the same thing from this game, but I'm also going to do it in Pokemon Violet. You'll see. But anyway, this is to show you. I already caught a Roaring Moon, so let me just check because I want to make sure I only got one Roaring Moon for both, and I do. So this is what I like to do after I've caught a Paradox Pokemon. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to go directly to a research center, or research station, I mean. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to go there. I'm going to rest up my player and his team so that all their attack power points and health are regenerated. So then, after they're regenerated, I'm going to go directly into the deepest part of the Great Crater Paldea. And I'm going to attempt to find a Fluttermane. But when I did that a little while ago before making this video, I couldn't find a single Fluttermane. Which really kind of bothers me, you know? Because I'm doing so good at this game, I don't even get why I can't find a Fluttermane. I need to find a Fluttermane. Or at least two. One high level to stay in Pokemon Scarlet, and the other high level to be transferred to Violet from Scarlet. And look, right when I come back, there's a Fluttermane. Okay, so I can't seem to get that one. So we're going to have to skip that one and go directly to the bottom of the Great Crater Paldea. You'll see my plan. I'm going to do like this part, which will be a whole video of me showing what I'm doing in this game with the Paradox Pokemon. So like once I upload this, if you guys decide that you want to do this but are not sure how, I'll show you how. But I need you to watch me catch these. Otherwise, you're not going to know what to do. So, first thing you want to do when it comes to these Paradox ones is you want to go to the very bottom if you want to find Fluttermane. So once you get to the bottom like I just did, Fluttermane should start spawning in this. And look, there's one right there. It's a level 60. So if this thing shows that that it doesn't have a Pokeball next to its name, then apparently you've already caught one. I mean, if it shows one, a Pokeball near its name, like it shows in this one, then that means you caught one already. But this time, I'm gonna have to go for Kowtow Cleave, but hopefully that doesn't kill it. And it killed it. I wasn't really wanting that to happen, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I'll take this guy, put him there, and then when I catch another Fluttermane off guard, which hopefully I can, then I'll show you the next step. Yeah, I wasn't trying to kill that level 60 Fluttermane, it just happened. I thought that Kowtow Cleave was just gonna, you know, wreck its health, you know, a little bit, make it a little less stronger, so then that way it's more easier to catch. Before we do anything else, let me go to the boxes, because it showed that I had a Fluttermane already, and I don't know if I do or not, so I just want to look. Oh, apparently I do, it's right here. We'll have to put the level 55 right here and see if we can catch a level 60. But we're not going to use a super effective move or anything that can be considered super effective. We're not here for that. We're here to do two things. That's get the 2 amounts of the paradoxes, which I'm working on right now. See? And I'm not using a high level, because the high levels is what kills these Pokemon. And since there's only super effective moves, I'm not using a single move. I'm just going to catch it. And then the next step you'll see. See? Instantly caught. I guess you could say I got pretty lucky on getting that one. Alright, so we go to the boxes next. And you see I've got a level 57 Fluttermane. The higher level Paradox ones I want to keep here that are higher level than the ones that are being transferred. Okay, so this is the plan. We go here. We save the game. We get out of it, unselect, and by unselect I mean we unselect the game that we were in before, and we've put the Paradox Pokemon that I caught in Scarlet, and we'll put the second group of Paradoxes into Pokemon Home's boxes. Then we'll do this, and then we'll get out of the, and then we'll save and quit, get out of the Pokemon Homes part where it's linked to the game of Scarlet, and link it to Pokemon Violet after that. And then once it does that, I'm gonna directly go from that into getting connected to the game of Violet, and do that by putting the Pokemon I want from there into, well, I'll show you. It's more easier just to show you than just explain it. See, I don't want to do too much of this, so I'm going to do this real quick. And the same thing I'm going to put with an Armarouge into Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet into Violet. Same way I'm doing with these guys. And then after I do that, I'm going to put them in there with Armarouge's Armor Cannon move, which I'm not putting him into Violet from Pokemon Home and Pokemon Scarlet until I get him that move. But after I get him the move, I'm going to put him into the game, and that way there can be an Armarouge in Violet, just like there's going to be a Ceruledge with its Bitter Blade move in Pokemon Violet. Sorry, this sounds a little confusing. I'm not trying to make it confusing for you. Okay, so this is Pokemon Violet. And I'm going to do just like that, see? Same thing is going to happen in Pokemon Violet. But I'm just going to worry about the paradoxes for now. And then I'll worry about later on with Armarouge and Cerulege. Hey guys, so you might be wondering, T-Man, why are you wanting to transfer a second group, but have the second group of Paradox Pokemon from both Scarlet and Violet transferred to, like swapping it from one game to the next? What's the point of that? Well, I'm going to answer that plain and simple right now. The reason why is because I want my characters from Scarlet and Violet to try out different Paradox Pokemon from each game. You know, see how they handle it. So that's why I'm doing that. I want them to be able to try out, like, for example, my guy T-Man here, the one with the violet purple haircut and color. The reason I want him to try Pokemon from the Scarlet game is so that way he could see how different the ones from Scarlet are compared to the ones that are in Violet, in the one that he's already in. Same thing with the one from Pokemon Scarlet. I want him to see how different the ones from Violet are compared to the ones that are from, you know, from the Violet game. I want him to see how different Paradox Pokemon are from each game, and see how they handle the Paradox ones from each of the games by messing with the ones that don't really You probably don't understand this, but I just want to test drive these Pokemon, ones from each different game, to see how they are handled in Pokemon game. Like, I want the ones from Violet to be tested in Pokemon Scarlet, but the Paradox Pokemon that are from Scarlet to be transferred into Violet so that we could see just how different they are handled in each game. So that's why I'm doing this, to test out each of these Pokemon to see how each one is handled from one game to another, if that makes sense. So the ones I got here, I need to get another one of these two right here, plus him. So I don't need... So this one will be changed. I need another one of these, so we're just gonna switch it up a little bit. So go ahead and ask me any question you want about this thing I'm doing, because I am ready to answer your questions. And while I am answering it, I will show you what I'm about to do while I'm answering your questions. Go ahead and ask. But just remember, the questions cannot be confusing. They have to make sense. This is something that I thought would be fun to do as kind of like an experiment. Except the experiment is not going to involve confusion. Even though that my question, or not question, but you know, just because I'm doing this and it's confusing to you guys, that's not why I'm making these videos and then combining them into one. I make these videos to be entertaining. That's it. Just to be entertaining. See, I already got some of these iron Pokemon. So we're going to go here. So right now I'm on my way to finding another one. Either Iron Hands or Iron Moth, one of them. Or it could be an Iron Thorns, it doesn't really matter. I just thought it'd be fun to try the Pokemon, the Paradox Pokemon from the two different games set in the opposite game so that we could see how they are handled in a game that they didn't originate in. I just thought that would be kind of fun, of an experiment. Okay, so it looks like this guy's next. Iron Hands. So we are going to catch him. I don't want to use a move that's like super effective or even just effective because it might destroy the entire Pokemon in one blow. So that's why I'm not doing those very strong moves, because I do not want to make that Pokemon I'm trying to catch faint. If it faints, I'll have to find another one just like it and re-battle it. Sorry about the loud noise. It's because I just put my foot on a footrest, and the footrest kind of slid a little bit, so that's why that sound happened in the video. Force palm. I should have known he was going to try that. Alright, so I don't want to use anything that could possibly kill the Pokemon. We want to use something that weakens it, but not kill it. So, nothing super effective. Okay, that's good. And now, since I did hit it, we're going to go here, and then we're going to hit Pokeball, or Ultra Ball. Okay, so that didn't work, as I had hoped. So, pretty self-explanatory. I've already explained it in the first video, which kind of stumbled on my words and got it a little confusing, so I thought I'd explain it one more time, but in this second part video. I know, some of the moves in this game won't be able to be used in Pokemon Scarlet. But that's not why I'm doing it. That means I can learn other moves for the Iron Pokemon I'm putting in Scarlet as soon as I figure out a way to catch each of them. I know, I'm failing. But that's because this guy is proven to be more of a pain in the neck than the ones from Scarlet. Got it. Iron Hands has now been captured. So when I finally finish with catching one of these, I'm going to put them in the section that will be originally originally transferred. Yeah, transferred from this game to the next. But I'm going to do this real quick because my Pokemon have been hurt a little bit by them. So I want to re-heal so that way it gives me more of a top surprising kind of advantage towards the Pokemon that are wanting me to be passed out from, you know, where I'm originally trying to catch them. I know this plan just doesn't add up or make sense, but I'm not trying to get it to where it makes no sense. Did you guys just see that? That Q-Fan was all the way up on the top of that cliff and somehow it just like ends up right on the bottom. Alright, next will be Iron Thorns. Not Iron Hands, because I already caught him and I'm not catching two and putting them in one game. By the way, you guys, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I actually caught a shiny Jumpluff, which looks like, kind of like, it had the same cotton things on their body, just like those regulars. But this one was all pink. I'm not a big fan of the color pink, but, you know, what can you do, right? Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna hurt this Pokemon, but we're not gonna kill it, we're just gonna hurt it. See, I just hit it, but I'm not gonna physically hit it again. That was so close. I could have gotten him. You'll see. I already showed you in the first one, so now I'm going to show you in this one too. And then one day after this video's gotten some views on YouTube, I'll make another video showing the ones I transferred from Scarlet into Violet and all that. And then I'll show the ones from Violet being transferred to Scarlet and seeing how they're being handled by my trainer in each game. That way you guys can see why I chose to do that. I understand this probably doesn't add up, but I'll try to make it to where it does add up. But right now I just want to show you guys this. Okay, now my dude's paralyzed and I really don't like the fact that that just happened. Man, this is getting hard. I would have thought that if I were to catch the Frostmoth in a net ball, that it would somehow restrain it from trying to fight back. But I guess the Pokemon is a lot more difficult than I would have thought. I'm trying one of each ball. If only I could paralyze that or make it sleep. If I made it sleep, it might make it a little more easier to catch it. I know I haven't made a single new one since I've been at my mom's, but, you know, I wanted to try this plan before even thinking of making a video. Okay, we got Iron Moth. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, since I got the Pokemon Iron Moth, I'm not going to go directly and find the Iron Thorns until after I've healed this team. Because I have to heal my team after I encounter each and every one of the Paradox ones, so that way it gives me the full advantage over the Paradox ones. But just to let you know, if you're already done with beating the main story of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, just to let you know, if you're going against Iron Thorns, trust me, he's going to give you such a hard time, it's going to make you get mad. Trust me. Because when I first encountered Iron Thorns, like right here, look, I'm going to try to sneak up on him. See, he's level 53. Let's strike him in the back when he's not looking. So that way, since I caught him off guard, that means I get the first move. See, he didn't move because I caught him off guard. means I get 2 strikes. Or at least I got the first strike on him before he actually decided to hit me. Alright, so now we're going to attempt to catch him a couple times, because I know he's not going to be caught easily on the first one. See? It's not going to be easy catching this guy. He's going to give you such a hard time. And I should know, because I've had to face a level 58 Iron Thorns. He was not easy, and he gave me such a hard time that I thought I was never going to catch him. But then, out of luck, with the last Pokeball that I attempted on throwing at him, and I actually landed a successful capture. But it's not easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy catching these Paradox Pokemon. See? He got out. So it's already 2 or 3 Pokeballs that I've thrown at him, and he still got out. Alright, so we just caught him. Now we need to catch a Iron Treads. Before we catch an Iron Treads, you already know what I gotta do. Just stay ahead of them, so that they can't, you know, catch me off guard. I've got to do this. And next, I've got one thing I gotta do before I can go after the next one. I know, they're gonna end up learning a different set of moves from each game. So I got this guy and this guy, plus Iron Thorns and Iron Hands, followed by the Iron Valiant. And the Iron, well, I already said Iron Moth because that was one of them. Now I need to get my hands on the Iron Jugulis guy right here, Jugulis, and Iron Treads. After that, we'll go straight to the next thing, which is phase number 2. Like I did for Pokemon Violet. I mean, Pokemon Scarlet. Why I say Violet? I haven't done the 2 phases on Pokemon Violet yet. We're gonna go ahead and get the last 2, and then after that, the next second part of the phase 2 would be to transfer a second group of these Iron Pokemon into Pokemon Home from Pokemon Violet so that they can be transferred from there into Pokemon Scarlet. I know that this whole plan that I have really isn't really making much sense to you guys, but you know how you like seeing Pokemon from one game that are exclusive to one game, and you want to see how they are handled and how they, you know, how they do it in a different Pokemon game that they're not originated in? Well, you see, that's why I'm doing this, because I want to do that. I want to see exactly how they handle being in a different kind of part of the world that they're not originally from. So, like, if, let's say, the Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet are in Violet, then we test and see how they are in Pokemon Violet and how they do with Pokemon battles in Violet, even though they're not originated from that. Well, that's the same with Pokemon Violet. I get the Iron Pokemon from Pokemon Violet into Pokemon Scarlet using Pokemon Home, and I put them in there, and we see how the Iron ones do in Pokemon Scarlet, even though they didn't originate in Pokemon Scarlet. It's kind of like, you know, a test to see if the Pokemon can handle listening to a trainer from a game that they feel they don't have, that they're not originally from. So that's why I'm doing this. I want to test them out. And if it doesn't work out, I'll put the Iron Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet, that are in Pokemon Scarlet, and put them back in Violet, and I'll put the ones from Pokemon Scarlet that are in Pokemon Violet back into Scarlet. But I want to test out their abilities between each of the games, even though each of them are from a different version of the game. So kind of like a, how should I say, a test drive. Calling it like look, there's an Iron Valiant, but we're not here for him. He's gonna probably trigger me into battling him, and then I'm gonna have to mess him up a little bit, you know. Alright, so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go alongside the wall until I find Iron Jugulus. Since I can't find it along the wall, I'm going to go right out here. And look, there's one right there. This probably doesn't really add up to you guys, and I'm not trying to make it confusing for you. See how he struck me? Yeah, see how he struck me there? Well, that's because I didn't catch him off guard. I didn't catch him off guard at all, but if I would have, then it would have given me the first strike. And he would have been just dizzy, not being able to hit me on the first turn. I'm pretty sure some of you are probably just like, that you probably understand exactly why I'm doing this whole switching thing. And some of you are probably like, this doesn't make any sense what he's doing. Okay, so that one broke out. Oh, almost got a complete lock-in on that Pokemon. See, look, King Gambit fainted, but that's okay. Because King Gambit did everything he could. He gave it his best. I know. Stop talking to the game and to the Pokemon. They can't hear anything you're saying. But I still like to think that they do. Even though the Pokemon in the game can't hear me literally talking to them. And I know it looks weird, but my thing is, I like to make it look like the Pokemon can hear me and understand me. Because it makes me feel like I'm in my own version of the Pokemon world. So after we get this guy and we rest up the team after, then we're going to go after Iron Treads. And after we get him and rest up the team, then we're going to, put them both in the part that's going to be, donated to, from the game that they're originally from into a game that they are not originally from. And that's when we're going to test them out. Well, I'll test them out without recording it for a little while. And then I'll make a video showing you guys if they're good in the version that they're not from. But when I do that, this video plus the one I made before it are going to be uploaded to YouTube. So I won't be linking 3 videos in one. I'll be linking only 2 into one, and then after I do that, I'm going to upload this to YouTube so that you guys can see it. Okay, so Iron Treads just got defeated. That's okay, because we're gonna bring in this guy, Iron Thorns. And I love getting a view of the battle right here, just like that, because then you get to see what I'm doing. This is getting really difficult. I'm not getting mad or anything, I'm just saying this is difficult. Now you might be saying to yourself, does these Iron Pokemon even got a signature move? Well, I don't know if they have a signature move at all. Or a secret move. To be honest, I don't know if they have a like their own secret move, special move. I don't really know. All I know is I'm playing this game, trying to show you what my plan was. But right now, this one's giving me even more of a problem than the Iron Moth guy did. But I'm not going to stop yet. I'm going to show you once I capture this guy and Iron Treads, and then that'll be the end of the video. Sorry, that was the footrest. By the way, these Iron Pokemon really do not run very well. I mean, if I were to show you in my next future video how this Pokemon runs, you'll see that they don't run very well. Okay, Iron Jugulus is caught. Okay, so I'm gonna go heal up the team, and then I'll go catch Iron Treads. After that, once I successfully catch Iron Treads on video, just like I showed you, I caught all the other Paradox ones before him, then I'm ending the video. And then you guys could watch this as soon as I finish editing or doing one thing to the video, or the two. But I'm not going to show off the part where I do like I did at the end of the last bit of footage on Pokemon Scarlet, because you could just watch that from Pokemon Scarlet instead of having them both on Scarlet and Violet. I just don't want to do that same part in, Scarlet that I did in Scarlet directly in Violet too. I know it's probably going to be a long freaking video, but, you know, there's some Pokemon fans out there that would probably enjoy seeing this. So, I don't know how long the video is going to be, but whatever happens, it's just for fun. I can't make YouTube shorts out of this because it'll take multiple amounts of shorts just to cover everything. And I definitely couldn't, you know, make a very short video of me catching all of them, because it'll take longer for me to be able to do that than just to make it all in one video and then, you know. Okay, there's the Iron Treads. Alright, I'm gonna weaken him. Alright, after this, it'll be the end. Tell me what you think about this in the comments as well, if you would like.